Welcome, brave adventurer, to a world of medieval grandeur, where valor meets villainy, swords clash, and destinies intertwine. You will step into the ironclad boots of Sir Lucius, a formidable fighter hailing from 14th century England. This lawful evil knight, clad in a full suit of gleaming armor, wields a mighty two-handed sword, a weapon he commands with deadly proficiency. His trusted steed, an armored horse, is equally fit for battle. Sir Lucius serves a corrupt lord, enforcing his will upon the common folk. With a potent blend of strength and wisdom, he navigates the treacherous landscape of his lord's domain. Let your adventure begin. Let us begin. You arrive at a bustling town, your dutiful steeds' hooves thudding heavily against worn cobblestones. The air is thick with tension as anxious whispers flit between the townsfolk. You have been tasked with collecting taxes, an announcement that has stirred unrest among the people. As you make your way through the town center, a hail of rotten fruit and stones comes flying your way, thrown by a large group of visibly angry commoners. Their frustration is palpable, their indignation clear. You sit tall in your saddle, facing this sudden onslaught, the clang of rocks against your armor echoing through the silent square. Your task is clear, you must deal with this unruly mob. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Based ape has been chosen. Try to calm the crowd with a bold speech. A wise choice, Sir Lucius. A charismatic knight knows that sometimes words can be as powerful as steel. You'll need to make a charisma check to sway the crowd. Roll a d20. You rolled 18. With a commanding 18, you rein in your steed, standing before the furious mob. Your voice, steady and resonant, pierces the cacophony of their anger. People of this town, you begin. I am but a knight, carrying out my duty. The Lord's decree is harsh, I know. But remember, discord will only bring more hardship upon us all. We can find a better way. Your charisma and strength seem to resonate with the crowd. The shower of fruit and stones slows to a halt, and anxious whispers are replaced by thoughtful murmurs. You've gained a moment's respite, a chance to continue your tasks in relative peace. The next part of your mission is to find your informant, a local who usually frequents the tavern. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Based ape has been chosen. Call them morons under your breath, hoping they don't hear you, and to the tavern. Under your breath, a mumbled, morons, escapes, hidden under the clatter of your armor. This is a risky move, Sir Lucius. Let's have you roll a d20 for a stealth check to see if anyone overhears your comment. You rolled 9. With a roll of 9, your muttered insult isn't as quiet as you'd hoped. A sharp-eyed villager nearby quirks an eyebrow, having caught your comment. His face hardens, but he says nothing, simply watching you with a newfound wariness. It seems your words have not gone unnoticed. Nevertheless, you continue your way to the tavern, its raucous atmosphere a stark contrast to the tense silence outside. Your informant is known for his love of ale and tall tales. It's time to find him and gather the intelligence you need. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Take your horse inside the tavern, introduce it as your wife. A peculiar choice indeed, but it's your adventure, Sir Lucius. You lead your sturdy steed towards the tavern, pushing the wooden doors open to reveal a crowded space filled with rowdy patrons, the scent of ale, and the warm glow of a roaring fire. As the clatter of hooves against wooden floorboards pierces the din, all eyes turn towards you. There's a moment of stunned silence before you announce, "Good people, let me introduce my wife." There's a beat of shocked silence, then uproarious laughter fills the room. This audacious move has certainly gained the attention of all, including your informant, who you spot in a corner, nursing his ale and grinning widely. You have made your grand entrance, Sir Lucius. Let's hope this unorthodox introduction serves you well. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Ride over to the table with the informant. With a slight nudge of your heels, you guide your wife, the trusty steed, through the crowd. The patrons part like a sea, their laughter turning into murmurs of bewilderment. Upon reaching the dim-lit corner, you dismount and tie your horse to a nearby post before turning your attention to the man nursing his ale. He's a shifty fellow, dark-eyed and sly, his smile revealing a missing tooth. He raises his mug in a mock salute. "Sir Lucius," he grins, or should I say, Sir and Lady Lucius. Always knew you had a sense of humor. You've reached your informant. Now, it's time to extract the information you need. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Bastape has been chosen. Tell him to reveal what he knows, or the horse might get a little frisky. Your stern face looms over the informant, the playful guise melting away. Speak now, you order, glancing ominously towards your steed. Or my wife might get a little frisky. The threat hovers in the air, your informant swallowing hard as he eyeballs your massive horse. He gulps down his ale, sets the mug down with a clatter, and starts to talk. He tells you about a secret council put together by the leader of the rebellion. They are hiding out in Huntington Forest, he reveals, planning to overthrow the corrupt lord and bring democracy to the town. With this crucial piece of information, your next move is clear. You must venture into the forest, follow the clues to locate the secret hideout and confront the leader. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Your peculiar sense of humor reemerges. You guide your horse to the informant, commanding her to give him a friendly lick. The horse, well trained and obedient, leans in to lick the informant's face, much to his surprise and disgust. "Thanks, you weirdo," you chuckle, patting the horse affectionately. Laughter ripples through the tavern, lightening the previous tension. Your informant wipes his face with a grimace, looking utterly nonplussed. With this comedic farewell, you prepare yourself for the journey ahead. The Huntington Forest awaits, filled with potential dangers and the secret hideout of the rebellion leader. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Base ape has been chosen. Go find your wife horse the finest salt lick for the journey. Prioritizing your steed's morale before the upcoming journey, you decide to find her the finest salt lick available in town. You head to the local stables where you often procure supplies for your horse. The stable master, a burly man with a kind smile, greets you. He shows you a selection of salt licks from various regions, each reputed to have its unique blend of minerals. The most exquisite one, he points out, comes from the distant shores of the Salt Sea, supposedly the finest in the kingdom. You purchase the Salt Sea lick, hoping it will boost your horse's spirits for the challenging journey. With this task complete, you now turn your gaze towards Huntington Forest, looming ominously at the edge of town. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Braid your wife's mane and tail. Tell her she is very pretty. In a gentle display of camaraderie, you take a moment before your impending adventure to tend to your steed. You carefully braid her mane, followed by her tail, each plait a testament to the bond you share. Completing your work, you stand back to admire her. You are very pretty, you tell her, patting her muscular flank. She nuzzles against you in response, seemingly pleased with the attention. The bond with your horse has been strengthened, a factor that may prove beneficial in the face of the challenges that lay ahead in Huntington Forest. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Find some snacks for your journey. The journey to Huntington Forest will surely require sustenance, so you make your way to the local market. The marketplace, a hub of activity with merchants peddling their wares, fills the air with a melange of enticing aromas. You approach a stall selling dried meats, bread, and a variety of local cheeses. After a brief haggle, you manage to secure a small sack filled with these items, along with a few apples for your steed. Provisions secured, the path to the forest awaits. Now prepared for the journey, you set your sight on the looming trees in the distance, ready to uncover the secrets they hold. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Based ape has been chosen. Head off for the forest. Say, later, chumps, to the angry mob. Have my money ready for me when I get back. With a bag of provisions slung over your shoulder and your faithful steed at your side, you turn to face the mob, now merely a group of onlookers observing your preparations. Later, chumps, you call out, a smirk playing on your lips. Have my money ready for me when I get back. With this bold farewell, you mount your horse and set off towards the forest. The cobblestone path soon gives way to dirt, the town disappearing behind you as the dense foliage of Huntington Forest looms ahead. Your adventure continues. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Based ape has been chosen. Start looking for clues, footprints, food scraps, anything. As you delve deeper into the embrace of the forest, your senses sharpen. You're not merely looking for a secret hideout, you're searching for a rebellion. You'll need to make a wisdom, perception, check to spot any signs of recent activity. Roll a d20. You rolled 13. With a roll of 13, your keen eyes start to spot subtle signs amongst the forest debris. You notice footprints, some fresh, some old, crisscrossing the forest floor. Broken branches and disturbed undergrowth indicate frequent movement. Then you spot it, a scrap of fabric caught on a thorny bush, a shade of color that stands out against the natural hues of the forest. It could belong to one of the rebels. You follow this trail, each clue leading you deeper into the forest, the anticipation growing with each step. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. David Ford has been chosen. You stumble across a tiny dwarf-like man digging a trench across the road. You tell him to move his short ass out of your way. As you continue along the trail, you come across a peculiar sight. A gruff-looking dwarf, his stout figure barely surpassing the height of your knees, is busily digging a trench across the road. His broad back is turned to you, oblivious to your presence. Out of the way, short stack, you call out. The dwarf pauses his digging, turning to glance at you over his shoulder. His bushy eyebrows furrow as he takes in your armored form, his grip tightening on the handle of his shovel. How he reacts, we'll see. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Pick up the dwarf. Toss him. A bold move, Sir Lucius. Attempting to toss the unsuspecting dwarf indeed. You'll need to make a strength check to see if you can lift and launch this gruff fellow. Roll a d20. You rolled 15. With a score of 15, you stride over to the dwarf. Crouching down, you wrap your strong arms around his stout form and hoist him into the air. Despite his surprised protests and squirming, you use your considerable strength to toss him gently to the side of the road. He lands with a startled yelp, sitting up and glaring at you indignantly. What in the blazes was that for? He demands. You leave him sputtering in the dust, continuing along the path to find the secret hideout. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Based ape has been chosen. Point your sword at the dwarf. Ask him what he is doing here. Shouldn't he be mining somewhere? You pause, turning back to face the irate dwarf. Drawing your mighty two-handed sword, you point it towards him, its gleaming point catching the sunlight filtering through the forest canopy. "What are you doing here?" you ask, your voice echoing in the relative quiet of the forest. "Shouldn't you be mining somewhere?" The dwarf, now faced with the gleaming edge of your weapon, gulps audibly, his indignation fading into wariness. How he responds, we'll soon find out. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Apologies for the oversight, Sir Lucius. The dwarf, now facing your gleaming blade, swallows hard before responding. "I ain't no miner," he exclaims, his voice echoing with indignation. "I'm digging this here trench for protection from the troll that roams these parts. Nasty creature, it is." His warning about a violent troll in the area aligns with the information you have. It appears you're on the right track. You must proceed onward, but with caution. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Not a bobcat has been chosen. Tell him to give me all the gold he has mined, or I'll feed him to my wife, the horse, who also eats dwarfs. Your threat rings clear through the stillness of the forest. Give me all the gold you've mined, or I'll feed you to my wife. She has a particular taste for dwarfs. The dwarf's eyes widen in panicked realization, his hands nervously wringing the hem of his tunic. However, he maintains, "I told ye, I ain't no miner. I got no gold to give. Only this shovel and the clothes on my back." You've asserted your dominance, but it seems this dwarf truly has no gold. You must decide your next course of action. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Kaiser Carter has been chosen. He is lying, shake him and see what he drops. Suspecting deceit, you decide to take matters into your own hands. You'll need to make a strength, intimidation, check. Roll a d20. You rolled 10. With a roll of 10, you stride towards the dwarf, grabbing him by his collar and giving him a firm shake. His eyes widen in fear and a few items fall from his pockets, a handful of copper coins, some pebbles and a small, worn map. The dwarf, trembling, exclaims, all right. That's all I got, I swear. The dropped items may prove useful, particularly the map. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Tie the dwarf's ankles together and drag him behind your horse. Gallop fast through the bushes. In a surprising move, you swiftly tie the dwarf's ankles together with a piece of rope from your pack. Despite his protests, you hoist him up and secure him to the back of your horse. With a firm kick to your steed's sides, you gallop off, the dwarf bouncing and hollering behind you. The forest blurs around you as you speed through the undergrowth, the path marked on the drop map guiding your way. Your actions have surely alarmed the forest's denizens, friend and foe alike. It's a daring strategy, one that will undeniably impact your journey. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Based ape has been chosen. Ask the dwarf if he has had enough yet. Is he ready to stop lying? The forest echoes with the sounds of your horse's hooves and the dwarf's grunts. You call back over your shoulder, had enough yet? Ready to stop lying? The dwarf, bouncing uncomfortably with every jolt and jostle, manages to gasp out, I swear, I ain't lying. I'm no miner. I ain't got no gold. It seems the dwarf is sticking to his story. You'll need to decide your next move. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Total blackout painting has been chosen. LMAO. As the dwarf continues insisting on his innocence, you can't help but let out a hearty laugh. The absurdity of the situation seems to momentarily lighten the tension of your quest. Even your horse snorts as if sharing in your amusement. Despite the humor, you remain focused on your task. The secret hideout you seek lies somewhere in these dense woods. You still have a mission to complete. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Based ape has been chosen. Inspect the map and tell the dwarf you are looking for traitors. Tell him to show you what he knows about the map. Or else. You bring your horse to a steady trot and pull out the small, worn map that fell from the dwarf's pocket. Unfurling it, you see a rough sketch of the forest and a few marked spots. Turning to the dwarf, you say, I'm looking for traitors. Show me what you know about this map. Or else. You let the threat hang in the air. The dwarf gulps, nodding in understanding. He starts to explain the various markings and paths on the map, hoping to avoid your wrath. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. With a shaky finger, the dwarf points out a winding trail marked with small dots. That's the safest path through the forest, he explains, avoids the quicksand pits and the wolf dens. He then points to a large X marked in the northern part of the map. That place, it's been avoided by all. Strange noises, weird lights. Could be your traitors, or could be something else entirely. I ain't never been there myself. His information seems valuable. The X might indicate the location of the secret hideout. Your next move is crucial. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Kaiser Carter has been chosen. Knowing the dwarf is a liar, take him with me, dive behind my horse and venture along the path he has outlined. You regard the dwarf with a measure of suspicion, his past lies not forgotten. Nevertheless, his knowledge of the terrain could prove vital. You decide to keep the dwarf tied to your horse as you proceed along the path he's outlined. The dwarf squirms uncomfortably, but he does not protest. Perhaps he realizes the gravity of his situation, or perhaps he's banking on your leniency. Either way, he's coming along for the ride. With the map as your guide and the dwarf in tow, you delve deeper into the forest, your senses alert for any signs of the secret hideout or potential threats. The journey continues. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. David Ford has been chosen. Tell the dwarf if he gives you any more crap you will gut him and roast him like a pig. Your patience with the dwarf's antics seems to be wearing thin. Turning to look at him, you say in a low, threatening voice, "If you give me any more crap, I'll gut you and roast you like a pig." The dwarf gulps audibly, his eyes widening in fear of the vivid imagery. He nods quickly, promising to cooperate fully. It seems your warning has had the desired effect. With the dwarf now seemingly compliant, you continue your journey, the forest growing denser around you as you follow the path marked on the map. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Not a bobcat has been chosen. Head to the X on the map. Tell the dwarf there better be something good there. Or else. With a confident nod, you spur your horse into a trot, heading in the direction of the large X marked on the map. Over your shoulder, you call out a warning to the dwarf. There better be something worthwhile at this location, or else. The dwarf, bobbing uncomfortably behind you, merely nods, his eyes wide with fear. The forest around you seems to hold its breath as you approach the destination, the anticipation building. You're on the right path, the secret hideout potentially just within reach. As you draw closer, the forest seems to grow quieter, an ominous silence settling around you. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. David Ford has been chosen. We find a large lake of boiling red water where the X is marked on the map. As you reach the location marked by the X, you're met with an unexpected sight, a large lake of boiling red water. Steam rises from the surface, and the air around it is hot and heavy. The dwarf, now silent, looks as surprised as you are. This unusual natural phenomenon is not what you expected to find. Is this the location of the secret hideout, or is the map leading you astray? The dwarf seems as clueless as you are, his eyes wide as he stares at the bubbling lake. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. David Ford has been chosen. Tell the dwarf you are curious, then throw the dwarf into the lake to see what happens. Your curiosity piqued, you decide to test the waters, so to speak. You untie the dwarf from your horse, hoist him up, and toss him towards the lake. You'll need to roll for strength to see how well you manage this. Roll a d20. You rolled 18. With an impressive roll of 18, you easily lift the squirming dwarf and toss him towards the boiling red lake. He arcs through the air with a terrified squeal, landing with a splash in the bubbling water. Almost immediately, he springs back to the surface, yelling and flailing. His screams echo off the surrounding trees, adding an eerie quality to the already strange scene. You will need to decide your next course of action. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Point and laugh. While the sight of the flailing dwarf might be alarming to some, you find it amusing. As the dwarf splashes and shrieks in the boiling red lake, you point and laugh heartily. Your laughter echoes through the forest, contrasting sharply with the dwarf's frantic yelps. Despite the chaotic scene, you maintain your amusement. Somewhere in the distance, a bird squawks, as if joining in your mirth. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Maureen Peters has been chosen. Now that the dwarf is deceased, painfully, get back to tracking your enemies. With the dwarf's screams fading into silence, you turn your focus back to your mission. The boiling red lake was a grisly distraction, but it hasn't deterred you from your goal, tracking down the rebellion leader. Using the map and your keen senses, you start looking for any signs or clues leading to the secret hideout. The path is winding and the forest dense, but your determination is unwavering. The forest seems to watch you in silent anticipation as you delve deeper into its heart. Your journey continues, each step bringing you closer to your enemies. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. David Ford has been chosen. You find a rebel camp. As you continue along the winding trail, you notice a subtle change in the scenery. The undergrowth looks trampled, and there are faint traces of smoke wafting through the trees. Following these signs, you eventually stumble upon a hidden camp. Tents are scattered around a recently extinguished fire pit, and there's an uneasy quiet hanging over the place. A swift inspection reveals that the camp is currently unoccupied, but it's clear that this is a temporary lodging for the rebels. You found what appears to be a rebel camp. This could be a significant lead or a potential trap. Either way, your next move should be chosen carefully. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Suddenly, the relative quiet of the camp is shattered by a thunderous roar. From the dense foliage emerges a hulking troll, its bloodshot eyes fixed on you. With a guttural growl, it charges at you. This is the threat you were warned about, a violent troll patrolling the forest. You brace yourself, gripping your two-handed sword tightly. You and the troll both start with 50 HP. Roll a d20 to determine the damage of your first attack. You rolled 2. With a roll of 2, you swing your mighty sword at the troll. However, your attack barely scratches the creature's thick hide. This provokes the troll, who retaliates with a powerful punch. Using your previous dice roll to determine the troll's attack, it scores an 18. This heavy blow deals significant damage, leaving you with 32 HP. The troll remains at 50 HP. The battle has just begun, and the troll seems to be a tough opponent. You'll need to strategize your next move carefully. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Not a bobcat has been chosen. Sing a song about the dwarf I killed while doing some spinny stuff to distract it, then cut its head off in one swing. In a surprising move, you start to sing a song about your recently deceased companion, the dwarf. Your voice rings out in the quiet forest, and you do a few spins with your sword, the steel blade whistling through the air in an attempt to distract the troll. To see if your distracting tactics and subsequent attack are successful, you'll need to make a performance check followed by a strength check. Roll a d20 twice. You rolled 1. With a roll of 1, your attempt at a distracting song and dance unfortunately fails to captivate the troll. Your lyrics fall flat, and your spins are more disorienting than dazzling. The troll, unfazed, merely snarls in confusion and readies itself for your next move. Since your distraction failed, let's see how well your subsequent attack fares. Roll a d20. You rolled 13. With a roll of 13, you swing your mighty sword at the troll, aiming for its head. Your blade cuts through the air, and you manage to land a decent hit on the creature, dealing 13 damage. The troll retaliates with a swing of its clawed hand, using your previous roll to determine its attack. It scores a 7. This exchange leaves you with 25 HP and the troll now at 37 HP. Your song may not have worked as you intended, but your blade sure did some damage. The battle continues. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. A regular VVR speedrunner has been chosen. Lead the troll to the lake with promises of fried dwarf, then shove him in as an offering to the lake. With a cunning plan in mind, you start leading the troll towards the boiling red lake, promising it a feast of fried dwarf. However, convincing a troll isn't an easy task. You'll need a charisma, deception, check. Roll a d20. You rolled 11. With a roll of 11, you start talking to the troll, promising it a delicious meal of fried dwarf if it follows you. The troll, intrigued by the prospect of food, follows you hesitantly, its suspicion still evident. You lead it towards the boiling red lake, the memory of the squirming dwarf fresh in your mind. As you reach the edge, you ready yourself to push the troll in. Roll a d20 for a strength check to see if you can overpower the troll. You rolled 18. With a roll of 18, you summon all your strength and shove the troll towards the boiling lake. Caught off guard, the troll stumbles and falls into the bubbling red water with a loud splash. Roaring in surprise and pain, the troll struggles in the hot water. It won't be long till the boiling lake claims its second victim of the day. The threat has been eliminated, and the path to the secret hideout lies open once more. Having vanquished the troll, you can now proceed towards the hideout to confront the rebellion's leader. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Not a bobcat has been chosen. Rest and eat some food to recover my health. Then proceed to the hideout to feed him to the lake as well. After such a strenuous battle, a rest is well deserved. You take some time to rest and eat, replenishing your strength. The food and rest help you recover, your HP reset to 50. With renewed vigor, you set off towards the hideout, your mind filled with the intention of feeding the rebels to the boiling lake as well. It's time to confront the rebellion leader and decide the fate of the town. As you approach the hideout, you feel a mixture of anticipation and determination. You're ready for whatever confrontation awaits you. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Base ape has been chosen. Sneak around the camp you found. Look for signs of life. Choosing a stealthy approach, you move silently around the outskirts of the camp, your eyes scanning for any signs of activity. To ascertain just how stealthy you are and how much you're able to observe, you'll need to roll for a dexterity, stealth, check and then an intelligence, investigation, check. Roll a d20 twice. You rolled 6. With a roll of 6, you try to be as stealthy as possible as you circle the camp. However, the rustle of leaves and the crackling of twigs underfoot might give away your presence to any attentive ear. Despite this, you manage to carry out your reconnaissance without immediately alerting anyone. Now, let's determine how much useful information about the camp's occupants you can gather. Roll a d20 for an intelligence, investigation, check. You rolled 6. With another roll of 6, your investigation of the camp doesn't yield much information. You see signs of habitation, a smoldering fire pit, discarded food scraps, a few makeshift tents, but no visible occupants or clear evidence of their intentions. However, you remain undeterred. Your next move may hold the key to uncovering more about this secret rebellion. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Kaiser Carter has been chosen. Wander through the woods and find a group of wanderers, get information from them and then feed them to the lake. As you wander further into the dense forest, you spot a small group of wanderers huddled around a campfire. They seem harmless enough, but they could have valuable information. Approaching them cautiously, you prepare to initiate a conversation. However, extracting information from them might not be an easy task. You'll need to make a charisma check to see if you can charm the information out of them. Roll a d20. You rolled 16. With a roll of 16, you approach the wanderers confidently, your charisma shining through. They welcome you to their campfire, intrigued by the armored knight who emerged from the forest. You engage them in conversation, subtly probing for any information they might have about the rebellion and the secret hideout. Under your charming influence, they reveal that they've heard rumors of a secret council, which aligns with what your informant told you. Feeling victorious, you remember your initial plan, to offer these wanderers as a tribute to the boiling lake. Your next move will need to be carefully thought out. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Not a bobcat has been chosen. Tell them to follow me. There's something they need to see. With a mysterious grin, you invite the wanderers to follow you, promising them something they need to see. Intrigued and trusting, they agree to accompany you. Your ominous plan to introduce them to the boiling lake creeps to the forefront of your mind. Their fate hangs in the balance of your next actions. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. A regular VVR speedrunner has been chosen. Lead them to an overhang and force them in after yelling, "The lake must feed." Your intentions clear, you lead the unsuspecting wanderers to the edge overlooking the boiling red lake. You turn to them, your eyes gleaming with a dark resolve, and bellow, "The lake must feed." In this decisive moment, you attempt to push the wanderers into the boiling lake. You'll need a strength check to see how successful your push is. Roll a d20. You rolled 6. With a roll of 6, your attempt to push the unsuspecting wanderers into the lake falters. They stagger but manage to regain their footing, their faces filled with shock and betrayal. Seeing your hostile intentions, they scramble away from the edge, their trust in you shattered. Their fate remains uncertain, and your next move will determine what happens next. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Kaiser Carter has been chosen. Feed him to the lake. Your resolve unwavering, you make a second attempt to push the wanderers into the boiling red lake, a stern expression on your face. You'll need to make another strength check to see if you're successful this time. Roll a d20. You rolled 3. With a roll of 3, your second attempt to feed the wanderers to the lake is unfortunately unsuccessful. They manage to evade your push, their faces pale with terror. They scramble further away from the edge, their trust in you completely broken. You've made your intentions clear, and they're not about to stick around for a third attempt. They turn tail and flee, disappearing into the dense forest. With the wanderers gone, you're left standing at the edge of the boiling lake, your plan foiled. Your path still leads to the rebel hideout, where the rebellion leader awaits. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. David Ford has been chosen. A beautiful maiden emerges from the lake. As you watch the retreating figures of the wanderers, a sudden movement from the lake catches your eye. From the boiling red waters emerges a figure, a beautiful maiden with hair as dark as night and eyes as blue as the sky. She looks at you, her gaze piercing and ethereal. This unexpected encounter takes you by surprise. The maiden doesn't seem hostile, but her sudden appearance from the deadly lake leaves many questions unanswered. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Kaiser Carter has been chosen. With renewed strength and a blessing from the Lake Maiden, I track down the wanderers and feed them to the lake. Bolstered by the ethereal presence of the Lake Maiden, you set out to track down the wanderers once again. You'll need to make a survival check to successfully track them down. Roll a d20. You rolled 20. With a roll of 20, your senses sharpen to an extraordinary degree. You pick up on the faintest traces left by the wanderers, broken twigs, disturbed leaves, and faint footprints. Guided by these signs, you swiftly track them down. They're huddled together, their faces pale and their bodies trembling. The Lake Maiden's blessing seems to have granted you an intimidating aura. Once again, you attempt to feed him to the lake. Roll a d20 for a strength check. You rolled 19. With a roll of 19 and your newfound strength, you quickly close the distance between you and the wanderers. Before they can react, you forcibly push them towards the boiling lake. Their screams echo through the forest as they tumble into the bubbling red waters. The lake claims them, their cries growing fainter until there's nothing but silence. You stand at the edge of the lake, the wanderer's fate sealed. You are ready to continue your mission, to face the rebellion leader. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. A regular VVR speedrunner has been chosen. Point and laugh with the maiden of the lake and get more blessings for the offerings I have given the lake. You turn towards the lake maiden, pointing at the now calm lake with a triumphant laugh. The maiden watches you, her ethereal gaze enigmatic. She raises her hand, a soft glow emanating from her palm. A warm sensation washes over you, invigorating your senses. It seems the maiden has decided to bless you once more, rewarding your offerings to the lake. You feel your strength and resolve grow, ready for the trials ahead. With renewed determination, you can continue your journey towards the hideout of the rebellion leader. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. TSF Caesar has been chosen. Use your lance of light you are granted from the Lady of the Lake to purge the heretics from this earth in one fell swoop, annihilating their very presence from the world. You feel a surge of divine power coursing through your veins as the Lady of the Lake bestows upon you her lance of light. It glows with a soft, ethereal radiance, a stark contrast to the harsh reality of the world around you. With newfound determination, you march towards the hidden camp of the rebellion. When you spot the silhouettes of the rebels, you raise your glowing lance high and charge. A brilliant beam of light shoots from the lance, illuminating the forest with its divine radiance. It sweeps through the camp in a swift, unyielding arc. The rebels don't even have time to scream as they are instantly vaporized, their presence wiped from the face of the earth. The rebellion has been quelled, its leader and followers eradicated by your divine intervention. The corrupt lord's rule remains unchallenged, and peace, however tyrannical, is restored. As the glow of your victory fades, you find yourself alone in the silent forest, the lance of light still warm in your hands. The adventure concludes here, Sir Lucius, the lawful evil knight. Your choices have shaped this world, for better or for worse. The tale of your deeds will be told and retold, whispered in hushed tones and shouted from the rooftops, a story of power, determination, and a knight who chose to wield a divine weapon for the sake of his lord. Your moment of victory is interrupted by a gruff voice. Emerging from the shadows of the forest is the rebel leader, flanked by a group of men. He looks at you with defiance, a smirk on his face. "Did you really think it was going to be that easy?" he asks, his voice echoing through the silent forest. His men ready their weapons, their eyes fixed on you. "It seems your work here is far from over, Sir Lucius. The final confrontation awaits." Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play. Total blackout painting has been chosen. Lead him to the lake and call upon the lady to help you feed him to the lake. With a determined gaze, you beckon the rebel leader and his men to follow you to the lake. You call upon the lady of the lake, hoping she will aid you in dealing with this final threat. As you reach the lake, the water begins to glow, reflecting the light of your lance. You call out to the rebels. This is where your rebellion ends. To see if your plan works, you'll need to make a charisma check to convince the lady of the lake to intervene, and a strength check to push the rebels into the lake. Roll a d20 twice. You rolled 11. With a roll of 11, you call upon the lady of the lake, praying for her intervention. The water of the lake ripples slightly, a faint glow shimmering on its surface. It's uncertain whether she has heeded your call, but the stage is set. Now, you attempt to push the rebels into the boiling waters, hoping the lake will claim them. Roll a d20 for a strength check. You rolled 13. With a roll of 13, you charge at the rebels, your intent to push them into the lake clear. They scramble to resist, but your momentum is too strong. One by one, they topple over the edge, their screams echoing through the forest. The lake bubbles and boils as it claims the rebels, their struggle against the scalding waters futile. The leader of the rebellion, the last to fall, locks eyes with you as he plunges into the lake, his defiant gaze turning into a look of shock and fear. The forest falls silent, the only sound being the soft lapping of the lake's waters. You stand at the edge of the lake, the lady's lance of light still glowing in your hand. With the rebellion crushed, your mission is complete. The tale of Sir Lucius, the lawful evil knight, draws to a close. You've left your mark on this world, and your story will be remembered for centuries to come. Well done, brave knight. Your adventure has come to an end, and your story has been told. You confronted the challenges and dangers of your journey with courage, and whether you chose to stand with the people or remain loyal to your lord, your tale will be remembered. We hope you enjoyed this thrilling fantasy adventure. These narrative experiences are a labor of love, and we always strive to make them as immersive and entertaining as possible. If you wish to join us on future quests, your support on Patreon would be immensely appreciated. Contributions go directly towards the creation and maintenance of these adventures. You can also support this channel by giving it a thumbs up, subscribing, and sharing it with your friends and fellow adventurers. The wider our community, the more fascinating tales we can weave together. Join our Discord server, linked in the description below, to connect with other fans of the narrative, discuss strategies, and share your favorite moments from today's adventure. Thank you for being a part of this journey. As our story concludes, we look forward to the many more we will embark on together. Stay tuned for the next adventure, where your decisions will once again shape the narrative. Safe travels, friend.